Cheers, COD family. It's Yap time and welcome ahead with some good news. We have a lot of infos here. We knew it a little bit longer what will happen, but now it's official. So welcome Vahed. You can maybe teaser it a little bit.
Yeah, so thank you for having me once again, the Yapcast. So we actually got this information like an hour ago, and we're just like kind of scrambling to jump on here. So excuse us as we kind of start getting things set up. But yes, this is another betrayal meta. I think that you guys heard earlier about the TFS one and everything, and that's been a really hot topic. But now we are going to go into MFD and
Yes.
BTX. And this just started like 10 minutes ago. So this is new news.
Yeah, I think it was I think the go time was around 20 UTC. So I will tell you what happened. Because and so overall, first of all, a big sorry. I couldn't stream much from the Dragon Zone. I was sick, I can tell you. I was so sick. I was sometimes I never had a bad sickness like that when we had such a fight. I was trying to survive and still doing the best for my team here out, but I couldn't definitely not live stream. We look a little bit later at the situation on our KVK. It was the most incredible KVK I've ever played, the best Dragon Zone ever. But in other Dragon Zones, it looks like it totally betrayal meta. And so it was Abda was messaging me. Um, that was so cool. He said he was messaging me and he said, "Hey princess, can I come to next Yapcast as soon as possible? One of the biggest drama in COD is about to happen." And then we were talking a little bit, and then he told me, he said, "Okay, the drama is MFD is gonna to kind of change the KVK over here." And he gave me a little bit of info and
KVK. I like that.
I mean, we can maybe put up one more screen how the situation was before and what was happening. And I have a big explanation from Abda, how that came to all, what were the reasons and everything. So you can stay tuned, guys. That's why we made a kind of emergency Yapcast today, because we wanted to have you giving you the all the infos. Let me check this here. And now let's.
And Abda is more than welcome to come on tonight, but the plan is that he's going to come on tomorrow night.
Yeah, so Yapcast with Abda will probably be tomorrow, because he has to focus right now on the fighting which is going on. So the situation on that KVK was that we had BTX, RFF, and MFD, and they were against WAO, A2G, and ROG. And we saw already in the Zone 2 fights that it was pretty clear that the BTX, RFF, and MFD side will win this Dragon Zone. It was I think overall very boring Dragon Zone, because it was already decided. That is what I heard about. Princess, that's a lie. I saw your ponies. I caught you on camera. Yeah. I was playing the whole KVK. Don't you worry, I was just sick.
Yeah, she was playing the whole time. She like messaged me and she's like, I've thrown up like 6 times, but I'm
Yes.
here. She's sitting in BC so sick, but still playing. So you gotta respect
One
that.
time I literally took my iPad with me to the toilet. It was put in beside me, and I was just hoping, oh my God, let me not stand anywhere AFK and dog freaking out at me. But it was not gonna happen.
Princess, move!
Princess move. I think I never played so wasting like I did this KVK, but it was all we could get. So this was the situation right now. And then Abda was telling me, okay, MFD is gonna to change the rules here on that KVK. And he told me, remember when RFF got the dragon in the BTX Echo season? And I said yes, because I was in that KVK. He said MFD and BTX both wanted Dragon EOS, and RFF said BTX gets it. Even through BTX fought a total of 4 days. MFD was fighting 19 days straight in a 1 versus 2. So this was the situation he told me, and then he gave me a big explanation, guys, what is going on. So what he told me right now also is that the whole thing now turned into in a 4 versus 2. Maybe I need to screenshot that also, because he's just sent me that right now. So it is official. It will be a 4 versus 2. Let me screenshot that real quick from him as well. Then we have that all perfectly together. Sometimes takes a little time till we have the links open. So he said basically, let's go. Now it's 4 versus 2, MFD, ROG, WAO, A2G, and BTX and RFF. And before we go into the facts, let's maybe have a quick look here at the map situation. Because we have MFD over here, we have BTX, we have RFF. RFF is HXV. And I think they just took the dragon, when I saw that correctly. Or was that even interrupted as well? I didn't see it 100%.
I know I've been so focused on our KVK that
Also, Ray, you're the one who told me that I have to work on my ponies. So here we see. So ROG is here now pushing BTX out. Then we have here WAO. Okay, WAO is now going for that spire here. And BTX probably right now here defending the spire. I mean that. So first of all, Wahid. Yeah, RFF took Dragon just now. Okay. Thank you for the explanation, guys. We are super. We are totally new in that. It is really Apta told me that, and I was like, my direct answer was holy s ... because I didn't
yeah, and then it
expect
was
that.
like, okay, let's run and figure this out real quick. So we appreciate like Abda and Kay and everyone filling us in on what's going on.
Yeah, so we just have this, and I mean, we have just the infos. What we have is kind of like, so they had different stats or something like this pulled, and they didn't agree on that. And RFF, because out of an old KVK, when BTX gave the dragon to BTX, they kind of said, okay, we give it this time to BTX. I don't know what this agreement or anything is, and I just saw I have to put here real quick something. The customization we need also put on the streamer mode, that everything here is safe. So this is the situation what it is right now. There is that old agreement. RFF was on the side from BTX. MFD didn't like that because they said they have the roughest fight. And in my opinion, it is a big problem when you don't have the dragon agreements before. How do you think about that, Wahid?
Oh, I think it's terrible because what happens is you never know what's going to happen in war. And a lot of times, once you're in the thick of war, no one slept for days. Everyone feels like they've contributed 120%. I mean, it's just your emotions change. And even the idea of like looking logically at something changes because you just know how hard that your team fought. So I totally think that not doing it before the beginning of the season is just not a good idea.
Yeah, so in my opinion, I have to say one thing. With all that betrayals, I mean, I'm normally really a person for the fair gameplay, yes. But on the other hand, sometimes it's so boring that betrayals kind of spice the situation up.
Like, I love a good betrayal. Well,
So
hopefully it doesn't happen to us. We have okay, so in our KVK we have the best allies. Like Rage and WB are amazing. And I was like, what's gonna be next? It's gonna be us next. And I just kept telling Duz that I was gonna swarm him just to, give us our own betrayal meta. I'm starting to feel left out.
I'm starting to feel left out. I mean, I have really to say, in our KVK, we can talk a little bit about that at the end, maybe about our situation. So here it will go wild, guys. And this is kind of, but in my opinion, this makes the game so interesting because everyone can change, everything can change at every time, but it also has an effect long term. When you maybe do stuff like this, future ally maybe do not kind of trust you so much anymore. Can also be an effect. I'm swarming
Yeah,
dark. Scylla, are you good?
I can swarm. No, but that's true. I mean, when you do stuff like this, that's the one thing that, you have to be a little bit careful on the situations because you don't want to be known as like the person who has issues with allies. Like you see that with TFS, which I'm sure is another thing we'll chat about at some point, but where you kind of get that reputation of having issues with allies.
Yeah, yeah. What can I saying? Hashtag cancel BTX. Um, hashtag West and with MFD. They have their own hashtags for the. I mean, at the end of the day, this will be. They have fun the next week here. That we can tell. And a 4 versus 2 is really crazy. But we can maybe have here because I totally like that. That gave me a little bit of infos. That data and Dragon EOS getting stolen from MFD. And here is a whole explanation, and Wahid will read that. I put that up now on the screen over here. Let me check if I can get it a little bit. Yeah, so we have it as it is a little bit small, but Wahid, you have the big screenshot, right? The data and Dragon EOS getting stolen from MFD, so we can read it maybe one time.
Yes, let me pull that up. Here we go. Okay. So, and this is the screenshot that you have up right now. Yes. Okay. So it says BTX gained 366,247, 364 merits in zone 2, and they gained 712,615,949 merits in zone 3 for a total of 1.08 billion merits gained through PvP prior to final zone. MFD was at 2.35 billion merits prior to final zone. Not including merit trading, we gained 2.19 billion merits through PvP before final zone, more than double BTX merits. Not a single time between zone 2 opening until final zone were we ever fully healed. We were fighting constantly. Prior to the final zone, MFD had to fight and war lead for 19 days straight, half of that versus two kingdoms, demanding extra war leaders and degenning. BTX had to war lead and fight for 4 days, almost 5 times less than MFD. The only reason BTX was able to secure both A2G passes is because MFD was able to fight hard enough to fully distract A2G from defending, prioritizing their Hydra rewards. Now, about the final zone. We mostly let BTX fight ROG and WAO to let you guys get more fighting and merits. Despite this, we are only 200 million merits behind BTX. BTX hasn't achieved a single thing in the final zone without MFD. Only success versus WAO was when MFD was defending ROG from helping. BTX also lost the Spire versus WAO and allowed WAO to 1v1 RFF in Zone 2 and win. When ROG and A2G tried doing a joint push together, today we repelled both kingdoms. So, time and time again, MFD has held back two kingdoms on two completely different fronts. In Zone 2, Zone 3, and Final Zone, MFD has outperformed BTX, had more fighting, had to degen more, and had to sacrifice way more. We even had multiple BTX members DMing our members and leadership telling us to stop fighting in Final Zone. These players also suicided marches into us when fighting RG and repeatedly threatened to attack us. After Dragon End of Season was gifted to BTX, they were nowhere to be found fighting WAO. Complete ghosts. They preached in voice chat that no matter how the rewards are done, they will be fighting as hard as possible. That's complete BS. I literally Googled the time and it was 7 p.m. in EU. No excuse. WAO was also fighting RFF for 2 days straight in final zone, so BTX can't even push a severely injured WAO. In the Diplo chat today, RFF asked BTX if they could staff and help cut reinforcements so WAO can't reinforce the bastion. BTX replied with no, they would do it themselves. They did not do it themselves, and they didn't do anything to WAO. This is another pure example of ego greater than winning and contributing to allies. Even after all the obvious facts, everyone admitting MFD contributed the most. BTX proposed either BTX gets Dragon end of season, or we do Wheel, or 1-on-1 for Dragon. So my question for BTX is that are you guys holding a grudge versus MFD, or are you guys that selfish to think it's okay to steal Dragon rewards away from a group of players who sacrificed 5 times more than you? MFD is expecting RFF and BTX to review the decision on Dragon end of season, and we and our members are expecting the rewards we fought all season for. Just because we're a smaller kingdom, it does not mean that we won't stand up against higher power bullies nor take disrespect.
So Chad is asking who wrote this announcement. So this announcement I got from Abdabeast. Abdabeast is the R5 of MFD. I mean, he informed me about that, and I really hold it because it's really for me when someone is giving me the information, I hold that. But it was leaked very early. I think I heard it from multiple times. Then the closer the time came, so. I mean, Abda wrote it, yes, Walker saying.
Yeah,
So,
not Chat
yeah.
GPT.
So this is kind of the summary, and I mean, this is the perspective of MFD, what we have over here. And um, the thing is, for me, you have always to see it is 6 servers kind of included in all of that. So all the other 3 new allies from MFD also agreed to that. So it was kind of like you have to plan something out like this, right? This is really Scylla saying not sure BTX are high power bullies, but great writing by Abda. Dark, too much yapping and reading.
Oh my god. Dark, you have to listen and not tell you summary. This is the summary.
Kuwaka saying instead of taking me out, he was writing that S dot dot dot.
Oh, here, Quokka has a summary. MFD fought 19 days in total, BTX only 4. MFD had double the merits than BTX, that wasn't traded. BTX thinks they deserve Dragon because not our fault we got dodged, and they are a top alliance. Murda says, tell me summary, too much reading. Same guy who writes our essays of announcements, by the way.
Every day. Every day. Okay, I mean that will go wild on the map. The question is, will they kind of with a 4 versus 2 get this dragon? I mean, I think so, right? It is kind of like 4 versus 2 is really a big advantage. Even if BTX already, I
Yeah.
looked a little bit earlier, yeah, but you have to see here. This here all is kind of RFF BTX territory. You know, they have a little bit, in my opinion, the territory advantage. It depends if WAO can make it here through the. It looks like they going for the spire here again. There is some work to do. So they have at least a good defense position, and I mean their focus will now be BTX and RFF. Getting MFD here out of the bottom part of the dragon, I assume.
Yeah, Dark, this is interesting too, because Dark says, I actually care a lot about the details here. I need to know who not to ally. So this is actually kind of interesting, and this goes back to what we talked about, is when you make these moves, you do have to be very careful that, I don't want to say the story, but that you're in the right here because, that betrayal meta is kind of a tricky thing to break free of.
It wasn't a vote, it was one a spin for it or a 1 versus 1 for it. I mean, the question is always, in my opinion, is the best fix you have for that stuff. Agree the dragon rewards, how you want to make them based. There are different multiple options you can do it. Make the agreement before the KVK starts. Then you don't have the problems after, and kind of make it facts-based, kind of merits-based, deaths-based. say it, we do it overall in the KVK, we only count the dragon zone, etc. So this is, in my opinion, the way to go. Make the agreements for the dragon rewards at the beginning, then you avoid such conflicts at the end. Because you are there, everyone is at dragon, and then the fighting kind of starts.
Hey, Yaka bro. Dark says if the agreement was season start that every team will vote, then MFD is in the wrong. If agreement was 1v1 or spin, then 1v1 or spin for it.
The options were
Kay
1 versus 1, spin a wheel, or vote. And they chose to vote. So, Kay, who chose to vote? Was that?
Oh, Coconut's here.
Oh, Coconut is here as
Coconut
well. Oh, yeah.
says BTX caught off A2G, MFD fought in their Z2s. Both feel like they wanted Dragon. We wouldn't let up, so we had 3 options 1v1, wheel, or vote. Everyone said, let's vote. RFF said BTX. MFD rage quit and betray.
So this is the perspective of from BTX. So
BTX.
Yeah, okay, I understand. But Coconut, maybe when did you start talking about the dragon? So it was kind of like when everyone was already built inside the dragon, right? It was not something what was agreed from the beginning. I feel like this is probably the tricky part, you know? And then MFT sits there and says we had that much intense fights. And RFF kind of, oh, BTX, a dragon from the past, maybe influences their decision as well. So it's kind of a little bit, it is a little bit tricky from both sides. I mean, if that is the solution at the end, turn into a 4 versus 2, there is still a question mark. At least it spices up that KVK, that we can say. After final
Coca
zone,
says
yeah.
it wasn't an agreement. That's what BTX offered, and MFD didn't agree to.
Okay. So, I mean, it definitely makes this KVK a little bit more interesting. It was, for the second KVK, it was a super boring KVK because the zone 2 were so clearly decided. I mean, they had a lot of fun in the zone 2s as well. And I think when A2G was kind of pushed out to even entering, is A2G now trying to come back into the final zone as well? Probably. They probably will. The question is how they will make it, because they kind of need to go via the MFD pass 4 if they wanna make their way back. I don't know if that is happening, because as I knew it, A2G is not there. Hey Teeks, not surprised. Rain saying A2G is down by the pass 3. Okay.
Dark says, so y'all allied
Yeah,
and
okay.
proceed without an agreement. That's dumb of all teams. Well, and that goes back to the question, do you make sure that all these things are sorted out in the beginning of the season, or do you wait to see how teams perform during the season?
Rick saying, let's be real, there's no world where BTX accepts anything other than getting all rewards. Okay. I think trying to get their sentries back. Not sure they will make it to final zone. Okay, so they're going for the sentries. I mean, that is chaos poor now. So in the situation in the final zone we have now is 3 versus 2 with A2G maybe. But if till they make it into that dragon zone, that needs a lot of resources to build also. I doubt they play a big role here. So this is at least, but I mean, it's kind of crazy, right? Out of nowhere, you think you have to secure dragon, and then this happens. But I do agree, as in a such big KVK like this, I feel like you should make these agreements. You should make these agreements before.
Coca says, so originally it was that MFD was chilling the season and BTX does all heavy lifting and gets whatever. But the reality was the opposite when MFD fought all season and BTX just a tiny bit and saying they deserve the dragon because they are top alliance. And then Kay replies and says, that's not it at all, Quokka. And then Quokka says, I hate this season with all my heart. Kay says, be mad at your boyfriend then. Not at BTX.
A2G can quick link into invalid territory. Oh, interesting, Kiro. I didn't know that either. And get info final zone in approximately an hour or less. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. But then a 4 versus 2, I don't know if PTX and RFF can stand this. I mean, this is kind of tricky. This is really tricky.
Yeah.
I mean, betrayal meta is live. I haven't even looked into that other drama we have with BR and TFS. We had super spicy. We have the screenshots shared saved for us, Wahid and me, for our Yapcasts, where there was the conversation with Jason and Mia, and then kind of. But I think at the end, BR kind of said we go FFA. It was so. It was not the decision. It was about a pass where Jason wanted to bring in a shell, and then kind of BR kind of said, okay, and we go now FFA. We don't like this kind of situation. So, and now we have it here, right? The next betrayal meta. It's crazy.
Coconut says you can listen to Quokka, you can listen to me, but the first message I wrote is the truth. The vote nor the wheel guaranteed us the dragon. Abda chose the vote, RFF voted, and that's it. WTF Focus says it's kind of spicy because we have been fighting WAO all season long.
WT Focus is from RFF. So he's in the part together with BTX. And I have to agree, pre-agreements will be made in future. You live and learn. Absolutely, Coconut. I mean, that is probably the lesson learned for all in that KVK, because I know that Dark always handles it like this, that he make the agreements before, and at the end of the day, I mean, for example, last season, when we had the fighting against NA and everything, and there were all the agreements made as well with our allies together and stuff like this. But we also had, for example, during the KVK, because NA was really showing up, was really giving good fights, and at the end we gave them, I think it was the Hydra rewards, even if it was our enemy, but we would have gained nothing from it, and so we kind of gave it to NA, that they can get some rewards from that as well. I mean, that is always something you can do when you anyway gain nothing from it. But in my opinion, how Call of Dragons could solve that problem is, and in my opinion, that is the most fair decision, when the whole warband, so in a 3 versus 3, all the 3 servers get the same dragon rewards because they fight together. They decided to be a warband this season, and then all should get the rewards, and not you have to split up the rewards in different stuff.
Yeah, it's a split up. It's just, let's see. Coca says Abda didn't agree to a vote. He was sitting near me when you all was yapping. Yeah, that's the question is, wait, like, did MFD agree to the voting? That's what I think the big question is. Because if they did, then you kind of agree with what the outcome's going to be. But if you didn't agree to the voting, but then if you didn't agree to the voting, why would they vote? That's what I don't understand.
Rick saying a vote is a 3-party system. It's just them thinking one of the team won't just vote for themselves every time. Yami saying, question is, did MFD agree to voting? Yami said, I think yes. Then why all this betray? Rick says, no, why would we agree to a vote when we know we would lose the vote? Use brain.
And Coconut says, yes, he did agree. Does anyone have screenshots? Was this on VC or was this typed? It's funny, but I feel like whenever people are in VC discussing like agreements and stuff, there always tends to be drama. Like there's some kind of miscommunication that happens every single
Yes.
time. I really think everything needs to just be in writing because there's so many issues that come from it.
That is why you have also, when you make the dragon agreements in the beginning, you have to make a VC about it, you have to make an agreement, and you have to write it down. Then you have manually
Yes.
to write everyone down, he agrees, and then it's signed up. And in my opinion, then you have an agreement. This is so much the better situation.
So it was on VC. Both Quokka and Coconut agree it was on VC.
WT focusing, not only is spicy, we got the info at 3 a.m. Yeah, RFF, Asian team, middle in the night. Saying it's funny that it's PTX regardless of who's right or wrong. It's funny to me. Diplo winners got Diplo effed. I mean, sometimes karma rules it, you mean with that, probably, right? But the thing is, here, we don't know the whole details about that vote spin, or what was the third option?
1v1.
1v1. You cannot really, a 1v1 is heavy to do as well. How do you do a 1v1? A mock war or something like that?
Yeah, I think Wheel probably would have been the better. Yeah, I don't know.
Kexi saying no split up, no drama, but we want the drama. I mean, for Call of Dragons, the community will love that. we have a new drama. We can yap and cop Discord and I mean BTX and RFF get the challenge of their life right now. The question is, what is that meaning for the future? You know, at the end of the day, it was not only MFD, because the other allies agreed as well. So like ROG, A2G, and WAO agreed to that betrayal as well. So you can also not blame only one alliance, because these four kind of were ready to go for this fight here. So yeah, Quokka here saying it was on a long VC. Coconut saying, of course it was on a VC. It was the only thing I can't prove. But like you said, why would be a vote if we didn't say yes? Literally, I lost all my brain cells listening to dumbness. Betrayal meta. Chisco needs to make a video as soon as possible. Yeah, I mean, maybe when we get here some betrayal as well. EIS ROG, EIS rage. Oh my God, too much. Then we have Das and Dark live in the Yapcast. But I have really to say, WB and Rage, best ally communication ever. We have a whole Discord server, all three servers together with VCs. Das is coming over to our VC. This is the best managed ally situation I ever had. And I feel like it's so much fun. It is a blessing that we could work with WB and Rage this season for us.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, I think that I don't think I've ever had allies that worked so well together and that all kind of had the same goals and same height and everything. I mean, we all were really, really good together.
We have fun. Everyone has the vibes. It was really, this is, I never expected that. I never expected that it will work out so well.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Rain saying, pretty bad Diplo if you don't have a written agreement about EOS rewards, but I'm not surprised. Fenrir Princess drama streamer. I was always a drama streamer since I started the Yapcast. I enjoy that.
Yeah, the drama's the Yapcast. When she does her regular videos, they're the regular videos, but Yapcast is always going to be drama.
Yeah, and you have to see, guys, and this is neither business nor anything, so it's just what I like to do for fun. And I'm enjoying that so much more here, having the Yapcast with Vahid together, looking a little bit. I'm still also enjoying the game, but I'm definitely someone who also enjoys having in a final zone, not a streaming beside, and can totally focus.
Fluffy says, I heard EIS betraying Rage. I have a video recorded of the betrayal.
Featuring Chisco.
We will have Duz is going to come on after the season.
Yeah, so after the season, Duz will come as special guest in the Yapcast for R5 of Rage. And we will also get Abda agreed that he will be probably, it depends on how the fighting goes. And Abda says he will come as a special guest in the Yapcast also. Probably tomorrow, if he can manage it with wall leading and stuff like this. And BTX, Coconut, or whoever wanna say their things, if they wanna come to a Yapcast as special guest as well, very welcome. Very welcome.
Yeah. Maybe we just put them both in the Yapcast and just have them fight it out.
Both in the same
Yapcast? Yapcast won't end until we agree on what happens.
And then at the end, Vahid and me vote. And the whole community.
We'll let you know who gets the reward.
Oh my God, is here Onyx in the house? Is that our Onyx? EIS Onyx? Oh my God. If she quit playing the game, but she's still here.
Kay says they'll probably send Shisho.
Merck saying, see, Echo brings people together. I I didn't expect that really with Rage and WB that we have so all the players also. And when you have this is also, I think, a super advice. Make together a Discord server. The vibes are completely different.
Yeah, it's really fun jumping in and out of VCs and stuff and getting to talk to everyone. All the bonding for Echo. It's true. I don't know that we've ever had like so many groups that like really, really like want to beat someone together. So it's just everyone's been so positive and excited. Coco says Shisha will keep repeating the same thing over and over, and we're all just gonna off ourselves. Yapcast equals cut gossip. True.
Oh, okay. BTX dropped now here the fog on the spire to hold back WAO.
Echo brings all the boys to the yard.
Rain saying, I heard Abdal left the Diplo chat after losing the vote. Okay, saying we will probably send Shy. That's also fine. You can really send Shy. True Echo.
Oh, Captain. And got him when he said that he's bringing the boys to the yard. Echo. Then you see
Oh,
Captain appear.
what is Captain saying? Congrats, princess, for what?
Probably on us having more drama.
For more drama. Captain bringing them. So what is the perspective of WAO, Captain? Do you have a comment for us? What was the reason you agreed to that? I mean, on the other hand, you are on the losing side. Why should you say no? But you kind of, I mean, wasn't it at the beginning that all 6 servers agreed to the 3 versus 3? I'm just fighting my enemy, yeah. What is Kex meaning?
His statement, I'm just fighting my enemy. My comment, he says.
No, like a Kex is meaning, let me tell you something, let me tell you something. What he's meaning with that? Is he mocking Shy? It's true, he rage quit the chat after lose the vote. Rain say exactly, everyone has to agree to it and needs to have something to refer back to at EOS. That's how real leaderships do it. Who makes agreements verbally? Quokka saying DiploChat is an MFD Discord, by the way, left his own server. Okay, also interesting. Captain fighting his enemies. That's also totally fine. One day we need to have Captain in the Yapcast as well.
Yeah, we do.
Bodhi saying, I'm looking for your Captain. MFD is on double standards. They have a past saying UHA betrayed after UHA asked to change teams before Final Zone, while they are also trying to justify their betrayal.
Dark says working with Duz and Elgo was pleasant. Professional teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Captain said he'll do it. He'll come on Yapcast.
He would come? Cool.
Yep.
But I curse a lot. Oh, don't worry. We had Jason here.
Yeah, Jason,
we had
don't worry.
advance warning. Oh, we have Bastion placement. I didn't see that. Oh, RFF plays Bastion. I didn't see that. I mean, smart, because that would take out the fortress. I mean, that is now, you have to see. I do assume that BTX and RFF, they had literally no time to prepare. I mean, Coconut or maybe K or anything from BTX here. Was it a complete surprise for you, or did you kind of assume something that will happen, or is it kind of like that you wake out of no one and they started attacking you, or how did the whole thing started? Because I think the other side, MFD, ROG, A2G, WAO, they could prepare this push. They could kind of think about how will we do it territory-wise or something like that. And I think BTX and RFF has also the big struggling. They are not prepared. They have now, oh my God, RFF, it's in the middle of the night for them. Hi, Just Chris. Dark saying, I will say BTX is inactive AF. TSN
That
saying.
Death says, love a good betrayal video.
Asking to change teams before final zone is basically the definition of betrayal. Someone in Rage WB need to disrespect Princess White in chat to start another sim for.
Where's Mood? She can throw some disrespectful comment out.
Who?
Mood.
Mood. Oh, true. We will ask Mood. How they beat A2G in less than a day makes me concerned with A2G. I mean, A2G got really, I mean, A2G was, in my opinion, A2G from what I saw, but I have really not watched the whole KVK as well, because in our KVK, the zone 2s were super, super exciting as well. So, but what I saw is that A2G also, in my opinion, made the wrong decision, that they went via the MFD side and thought, and they did it a little bit late. And then they lost the whole access to the Dragon Zone. That was maybe strategy-wise not the best decision what they did there.
Hey, Paradise.
Hi, Paradise. Paradise is from WAO. I mean, you have also to see that we had that in the, I think, in the stats earlier. BTX also has not so many players. From the stats from Yami's dashboard, BTX has 156, or is it still some maybe some dead accounts or something like that? What BTX has is a high average power. That is definitely something here, but this numbers is probably maybe a little bit, this is here a number, what is from Yami's dashboard, but that is beginning of the KVK also, so we have to say this.
Oh, wow. I really didn't know that BTX had so few players.
Oh, MFD Paradise, oh my God, see here, oh my God. But he's always sending me the stats. He will, true. Oh, I totally can't keep up anymore. It was not a planned Yapcast, guys. It was kind of like, okay, it's so much, and I was normally to recover maybe a day or two more, and then we said, okay, come on, there is really some trauma going on. We have to do a short Yapcast here, out of emergency Yapcast, how I called it.
Emergency apps.
Yeah. Paradise is in MFD. Oh, he isn't WAO now. He is.
No, he's being sarcastic.
He's sarcastic. Okay. Oh my God. Let's check.
Kay says, considering how the Diplo talk went, Abda leaving the in-game chat, and then we see him building a keep, expanding territory, and upgrading towers in front of the dragon, made us a little suspicious.
Dark saying, I wanted to Diplo win against BTX and Echo, but then 25 joined and made it a balanced KVK. I do not understand that joke. BTX and Echo was not in the same KVK.
Dark want to do a Rage EIS betrayal video.
King Yummy has it updated now. Yeah, I have to look. Maybe next season, Dark K saying. Paradise, very inactive there. Just got home trying to figure out WTF is going on. I mean, you can definitely see, Paradise, that you have, there is some work and fighting ahead of you. Oh, you wanted to revenge on BTX and Echo at the same time. Make EIC great again, Merc saying.
I think EIC is dead. Dead in the water,
That is
unfortunately.
really that too much happened in my opinion.
Yeah. It's too far gone.
Players migrated for skin. Bodhi saying, "Oh, yeah, true. I remember that from BTX. That some players they had really they migrated out to get the pirate ship. Probably we're missing like 50 people to be a full alliance. Yeah. I told Saira we were gonna Diplo win against Echo when BTX matched. I wasn't joking. This game looks so fun. Can I play this Xbox Game Pass? BR versus TFS betrayal now. MFD versus BTX. Yeah, this is the betrayal season, guys. But they had all super boring KVKs. So we have now here the counter rally here from RFF. I mean, RFF just probably woke all their player up in the middle of the night. You're gonna Diplo win anyway. What does it matter who is in it? Coconut saying. I mean, the funny part is when you see, for example, our KVK. I mean, before we can have a little bit of look at our KVK. I can give a little bit of update here. So this is our situation right here, right now. We secured today, or yesterday was already that we got here, secured all that area. It's Rage, EIS, and WB is here on the right side. So WB took already the dragon over here. And then today we had a great push together with our allies. We have here 25 IW. We have NTS over here on the bottom. But we pretty much secured here the dragon area. And today we were here pushing on Echo. And it was a great fighting today. And you can look out. We have so many streamers in EIS. They made so many cool videos about our fightings. Look at Berlioz, look at Darth J, look at Fluffy Waffles for sure, made super cool videos about our plays. And there you can see, and today we fight it on all fronts. And I think, yeah, here the Bastion from Echo, they picked it up now. WB made it over with the Bastion over here. And all 6 servers were playing at the same time. It was kind of cool, but we definitely secured here the dragon. And I think we can say that if not a betrayal happens, we are very fine here in that situation. Doug saying, while coming from BTX. We also had a betrayal situation, VTR CRSH versus OEV A547. Okay. It's crazy.
More betrayals? Jeez.
It seems to be a trend. WT Focus saying my KVK wasn't super boring. We be fighting WAO all the time. So RFF and WAO. I think it was kind of, I think for BTX it was pretty boring because they really pushed out A2G so fast and then there was not much fighting going on anymore. Dark saying, oh, TSNS, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
Rage EISWB, TG team, thank you so much. Do appreciate it.
That's the dream team.
Yeah, we have really, this is really Dreamalize what we had this season. It's just from the fun with the members. I never expected that it's so much fun together. Also with Rage. Rage was the part I didn't know how it will work out with because we only had BDO in our past as our enemies. And with I think with SSG, with KT and stuff, we worked together in the season when there was a Diplo win from Echo and BTX. But now Rage knew with BDO, we only knew them as an enemy and that it worked so properly and so much fun. It was perfect. I have to say much credits really to Elega and to Dust. This is crazy. This is
it was
working
really,
so good.
really good.
Well, even through Coconut saying, what? Well, even through I'm listening to your rage bait. I'm off clapping some MFD, maybe rain check for tomorrow. What is
Dark
it?
and coconut together are
Yeah, go.
just
Yeah,
always
yeah.
something.
You already said your PTX. Dark saying BTX only lost this Diplovin due to MFD betray. Wonder if Coconut passed 5 million inf merits yet. This too, they are always arguing, right?
Yep, always. Hey, Foxy. Foxy says, hey, I'm from WB. First time watching the channel. Have a good day.
Oh, thank you, Foxy. It's a pleasure to fight with you. Colleague betrayed us, promised us Taco Bell. Previous KVK situation was messy on left side. We got betrayed on right side. TOD betrayed FTS to help. Oh my God, that's a lot of details. I'm tired of my KVK princess. Do something, please. Send me 100 billion each resources. Fenrir, he's from Apex right now. I mean, this year will be. I mean, Europe side we go. Europe is really we have 11 p.m. here in Germany, so Europe kind of completely is going into the nighttime. I do not know how. I mean, RFF is definitely Asian team. What was the BTX main part? I think aren't they Europe main? Diablo
I'm
saying
not sure, actually.
Diablo saying it was my first time playing with Das and Elega, and I think both great leaders. I believe the future success of all alliances depends on their leaders. Elega, Das, and Dark, all three are top.
Oh, that's nice.
That's really, yeah, I do agree. I mean, you have also to see how long they exist. It's also they are all, I
What
think.
are they? Dark.
What is with Dark?
No, I mean that was a dark comment. Like, let's see how long they all exist.
No, in a positive way. That's maybe from the German directly translation. So not how long they exist in future. You have to see. They all exist since the season 1. Elega, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he is probably king since season 1 as well in WB. And Das was the leader from BDO from the beginning. And Dark was the leader from EIS from the beginning. They are all very long playing that game. They are experienced. So
yeah, very.
and they are dedicated. I mean, we see the voice chats on that server we have together. I mean, all the leaders were there. They were leading their teams, and that is what you need.
Yeah, I don't think any of them slept. I mean, you would like look at each of the voice channels at like whatever time, and the leaders would be there.
True. I migrated to a new kingdom during the war. Now I am stuck in zone 1. This is the most painful KVK ever. German humor is mechanically dark. No, it's not even humor. It's a direct translation. In Germany, you would say, in German, I say it in German. The Germans can confirm it. That you say, man muss mal sehen, wie lange die schon existieren. Und that means, you have to see how long they exist, not for future, kind of like looking at the past. But it's complicated.
No, now I see what you mean. Look at how long they have existed.
This is what I'm. Yes, exactly.
Have existed, not how long they will exist.
Okay, have existed. Okay. Oh my God. I'm still not fully back from my health either, so we just blame the sickness here. From WB with love. Oh my God, so much love back to WB. Can't wait for Fight WB for the #1 team in Call of Dragons. Always fun KVK with WB. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, last time we fighted WB was a super fun zone as well. We had a zone 2 fight against WB. Very, very good fights. But it looks like BTX bring up some activity here. They are fighting on different fronts, right? It is rough to keep up. So do we wanna make a poll about so how do we want to phrase the poll? Do we want to ask was the
Who's
betrayal?
correct?
Yeah, was the betrayal okay, or how can we phrase the question?
Was the betrayal okay? Do you support MFD or BTX? Something like that, maybe.
Yeah, but support, you mean decision-wise? So how do you say, do you, I know that I need a question, BTX and MFD is the answer. Or maybe was the betrayal the right decision or something like this? I don't want to say it
Yeah.
wrong again.
Was betrayal the right decision?
Was the betrayal the right decision?
Diablo said hearing does come into RVC with energy and great humor was definitely a treat. Princess
Absolutely.
said the same thing to me. She's like, I love Duz's energy.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't expect that he comes into our VC and then yeah, let's kick eight dot dot dot, and then he was just bringing good vibes, good fighting energy, always in a good mood. Super cool. Was the betrayal the right decision? Yes or no? The betrayal of MFD, right? Because it's the betrayal of MFD, the right
Oh,
decision.
Murda says say who deserved the dragon.
MFD or BTX? Oh, that is a good question.
That's a very good one.
Who? But in my opinion, it is still who deserves dragon. Is yes, but at the end of the day, if there is an agreement is always overall, in my opinion. Hold your word. MFD. But this is a good idea. Who deserves
Andreas.
dragon? Okay, now WT focusing RFF. RFF. So vote is up, guys. So who deserves the dragon in your opinion from that KVTK, MFD or BTX? Vote is up and you can vote. Here we have the fog. The fog is running out in 3 minutes. I assume then WAO is getting ready for the next push here again. Besides here, I mean, ROG is making good progress. They seem to have a high activity right now. But I think this is the tricky part here, what MFD has. They are the only ones here in a 1 versus 2 versus RFF and BTX, and that will be rough. And if that bastion is placed and they cannot get rid of it, then they don't touch the dragon anymore because this fortress will be gone.
Make sure to vote the poll, guys, and click for like. Please and thank you.
Oh, yeah, true. Drop a like on the Yapcast stream. Helps us out a lot. Zach saying Vahin sounds like a male name. Maybe Vahida sounds more feminine. So where's the name Vahid coming from?
Well, so when I first started playing these castle builders, it was like a very different time where like being a girl wasn't very easy. Whereas like now it's very different. But back then, like it was better to be a guy. Otherwise people were really weird and didn't like respect you at all. So I made like guy's name kind of, and it means number one in Arabic. So and it sounds like a guy's name. So I made people think I was a guy, basically. I got a lot of girls' nudes, so that was interesting. Interesting. I didn't ask for them. They just sent them. I was a top player.
So Bodhi was saying, Das is not the original R5 of BDO. Okay, Abda was the original R5 of BDO. Is that true?
Yeah, they broke off in like season 1 though. So
And when did Das join BDO? From the beginning or?
day 1, yeah. I think they're co R5s.
Das and Abda
There's
together.
big
Okay.
drama.
Oh, and there was a drama as well. Okay, and then Abda
Big
left
drama.
BDO. Okay. October month is betrayal meta in COD. Where is RFF in the poll? Yeah, I mean,
I'd have voted RFF.
as I understood it, was in the agreement was that RFF don't take the dragon, right? RFF take the probably first capture and the frame stuff.
Why had Traff confirmed?
Merc. How would anyone know who deserved Dragon without stats now? I mean, that is probably rough. That is, you're right with that. It is kind of like more we kind of wanted to figure out what the community thinks, you know. Probably the better question would have been from the beginning, like we said, you know, is the betrayal, was it the correct way to go or not?
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of the question, right? Is whether you believe that there was an agreement to have a vote or whether you don't think that there was an agreement to have a vote. But my question to that is just my only like the thing that holds me up is that if MFD didn't agree to a vote, why would they do a vote? You know what I mean? So that's my only thing that makes me think that, you know, maybe there was an agreement for a vote, which would then mean that it was a betrayal meta.
So you mean that you think that MFD agreed to the vote, then it was voted, and then they betrayed?
Yeah, if they agreed to the vote, then I think that then it's a betrayal. Because
Yeah.
if you agree to the vote and it just doesn't turn out how you want it to, and so then you get mad, I mean that's just. But Quokka's saying that they never agreed to a vote.
But that is the question. I mean, no one. But it wasn't that on a voice chat. What everyone say we have not that.
Yup.
Yeah. But I agree with that. Let's set this question new, because I'm really, it's really like who deserves the dragon. I make that poll new. I make it, was the betrayal legit, or how can I say that in correct English? And that is for me sometimes so hard to say. You know, was the betrayal the correct decision, or how do you say that? Because I feel like this deserved stuff is really not the point what we wanted with the poll. We should not listen to murder.
I don't know
How can I say that?
what you want to ask.
I want to ask, so if you do you think it was the right call, that MFD did that? You know?
I mean, you could just say, should MFD have betrayed or.
Yeah, but or maybe we just don't vote it for now till we have a really good one we want to know. Till we have it, yeah, because for me, I cannot bring it. I cannot bring it really on paper. I'm in Diplo as well,
Because that's
but
the thing. Stats, at the end of the day, stats don't matter because what matters is what was agreed on, right?
yes,
So if the agreement in place was, you know, this or that, that's all that matters. Whoever fought the most or fought the least, that doesn't matter. The
yeah.
only thing that matters is what was agreed on in the beginning.
Whoever wins deserves it. I mean, whoever wins deserves it is the problem when you are allies. You cannot, you know, this is the problem what MFD had with BTX. They were allies, so you cannot say whoever wins deserves it. I'm in Diplo as well, Paradise saying, but I was busy with work, and then they talked in VC. I don't know what exactly happened, but I saw zero written agreement that a vote decides EOS. Okay, so there was nothing written. So they basically started randomly in a VC via voice to vote. Okay. Oh, Bodhi saying got some stats for you. Did you send me? Did you? Let me check here real quick. If you have some stats, you can send me in DMs in Discord. That is probably, or did you send in game? Sometimes in game. Let me check something.
Dark says all teams involved are dumb if they didn't make an agreement. Well, that's what Coconut said above. She had said, or she or he, I'm sorry,
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
know.
I don't.
But
I
they
don't
had
have.
said that that they learned a lesson. Good night, Yaka bro.
And saying, yeah, it's kind of decided now with a fight. Yeah, it is kind of decided with a fight, but it is definitely not decided in a 1 versus 1 fight, right? It is it turned into a 4 versus 2. It depends now how fast A2G can here reconnect their territory, and make their way back to the final zone.
Rick says having an agreement is dumb. Whoever contributed most should get it, plain and simple. But then depends what's your definition of contribute. Is it who has the most merits? Is it who has the most deads? Is it who fought the longest? It's uh, you have to figure out what that definition is.
Bye, Yaka Bro. Have a good night. So, God, like saying by how it sounds, they pulled another one identical to the season with UHA not following initial agreements. I mean, we have to ask our UHA guys what was it was. Oh, thank you, Grim, for the subscribe. I do appreciate it. Is that Grim from
Thank you.
WB? That would be such an honor. Because against Grim, we played a lot. We had rough fights. He has a lot of farm accounts.
Majestic says our Discord call has been running for 106 hours without a break. True.
Yeah, absolutely. The Fuchs saying, yeah, I love you, drama, but seriously, you all in season 1, why wouldn't you write down an agreement? I mean, that is, and why you start talking about the dragon when you are already in the dragon zone, and kind of like the whole KVK is basically over. Bodhi saying, maybe ask what A2G told their allies for the reason to give up versus BTX in Zone 3. I mean, for me, I still didn't understand that why A2G left their own Zone 3 and kind of let BTX burn it for free and kind of tried that 2 versus 1 with ROG versus MFD. Because from my understanding, they said they had nothing left to fight BTX, so switched to MFD. Okay. Oh, oh, you're right, Venyo. I mean Grom and not Grim. You're right. Grim, nope. I'm newbie, just entered season 2. welcome
Aww.
here. True, and Venyo is right. It's the Grom, it's not Grim. I'm bad in remember names correctly. Wouldn't have been enough.
Bodhi has a good point. He says fighting in Z2 has 0 outcome to the final zone. You were fighting over a Hydra reward rather than going after sentries.
Yes. So this was for me a point as well. What I didn't understand why A2G did that. What was there? But this is I cannot explain it. So I was just wondering, because in that moment they kind of gave up the KVK for their whole allies. And I mean, wasn't it then that WAO kind of didn't we have that announcement that WA kind of said, okay, the season is kind of over. We going FFA now. Wasn't it like this? That A2G announced that? Something like that.
King Yami DM'd me and he said it was agreed with all. King Yami from BTX. He said it was agreed with all, and that he loves us. So that's sweet. But yeah, I mean, that's what the question is. The question is whether it was agreed by everyone to do the vote or whether it was only agreed by everyone except MFD. But I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm tripped up on why they'd do a vote if MFD didn't agree to a vote. I wish Coconut was still here, or someone from BTX or MFD who could say, what was the vote done via VC? Or was the vote done in text?
No, the vote was not done in a text either. That is what they said earlier. There is no vote in a text written down. So that's why Coconut said, unfortunately, he don't has the proof. And that's why...
no, but I mean, they said for the agreement, for making the agreement. But for the actual vote, did it happen in VC? Bodhi. Bodhi, are you getting rage baited?
So if A2G never came for us, you're still... So Rick is Rick MFD? I think Rick is MFD, right?
Rig?
Yeah,
oh, Rick.
yeah.
Rick. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he said you
Right?
free burned because they fought us. So Rick is MFD because it was really like it was really A2G was leaving their zone 3 and I was like, okay, so normally you need your passes 5 to the Dragon access. So BTX was invading here, A2G couldn't hold it. It was really clearly decided that A2G couldn't hold much here, but they could have still defended some choke points or something like that. And I think they defended this choke over here, but then they went all back over into the zone 2. And I think the goal was going via that pass 4 from MFD, with the help from ROG in that zone, via a pass 5 in Dragon Zone. But they decided that so late that in my opinion, I don't know how that was be possible. So that was a decision I never understood, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed.
But that is probably something what only can A2G answer. What was their decision about it?
Abda has always been a troll. I don't know how people accept this guy as leader. That's the only vote that decides.
Whoever agrees for voting for Dragon is silly. Calling our opinion delusional because you don't share is dumb. How did Zone 2 go? Abda has always been a troll. I don't know how people accept this guy as a leader. Paradise saying check Discord DMs. Okay, Paradise. Am I allowed to share this, Paradise?
What's it? Is it hot gossip?
Hot gossip.
It better be good, Paradise. You can't get me all excited with this.
Because so Paradise basically sent me a screenshot from that ally chat, and I do want to have his. Okay, but that yeah, okay. Sure, nothing important he's saying. I mean that is pretty much so yeah, I can. So what Paradise sent me is that as the only thing he they have nothing special. So this is kind of like, let's put this up over here. So this is kind of from the ally chat, where they're saying here, okay, I'm free right now. Then Coconut same, Abda saying call now. Bosscat Coco, yeah, here's Coco decide for BTX or Shala. Then Bosscat saying Coco is one of our R5. He can represent us. He's allowed. Okay. Oh, haven't seen him talk much. Shy person, Abda Coconut hop on VC, and then they did it. Who is KOK?
Yeah, I don't know that person.
Who is KOK? Paradise.
Well, we're getting closer, guys. We've now figured out how to call after.
So this, but this only shows the beginning of the voice chat, and it only
this
says.
just shows how it happened.
The question is that, so does that mean Coco decide for BTX for the vote they want to do, or does that mean they just decide how we all go on? Oh,
That's my
WC4.
question.
Okay, RFF. So KOK is RFF.
Oh, RFF.
Okay.
So that's my question, is on this call, was this call just solely to determine how they were going to split these rewards, or was this call like, how are we going to split it and now let's vote? Like, did the vote happen in this initial call as well?
Thanks for the subscribe. Do appreciate it. Johnny too. Joni too. I hope I say it correct.
Hey, Lady K. Yap,
Lady
yap, yap.
K in the house. Just like how you're talking about how you got A to G out of
My
zone 3
coconut
after they
senses are
left. You didn't.
tingling. Coconut came back.
Coconut is back in the house. Yeah, here. So this is what we got from the LI. I mean that was probably before the this was probably um before the call. Then the call happened, and then it kind of escalated probably in the call. That is what we get right now. So from my understanding, Rahid, you can correct me. It was this ally chat, and then they decided to have a voice chat. For any reason it came to they had different options. For any reason it came that RFF set their vote. I mean, at the end of the day, it's only the RFF vote interesting, because when BTX votes their own and MFD, then it's RFF deciding.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit, yeah, I mean, it will be a rough fight here with that Bastion. That was a good Bastion placement from RFF here. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's ever going to be, you know, proof enough to say what exactly happened. But I think the question is, if you were in Abda's position, for example, would you rather just take it as, hey, this season sucks, we got screwed, let's just lose it, lose the amber, whatever they want to lose, and then just be done? Or was the betrayal the right thing to do? Because I mean, I don't know. I think that the betrayal thing it really messes up your reputation. I think that if I was in the position, I'd just take it as, hey, you know what? This season sucked. We got screwed, but now we just won't ally with them next time or just learn from this and move on. I don't know. I mean, what would you do, Princess?
in a situation like this,
Yeah. Like, would you say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to move on and realize this sucked? Or would you go and do this betrayal meta?
so in my opinion, and that you have to keep in mind, you're playing here when we look at maybe the three big KVKs right now, so the top 20 servers also, you will always meet each other again, right? So doing a betrayal has the point that it can have an effect for you in the future, that people don't trust you. But you can also say here was no agreement. What kind of so it is basically not a betrayal. A betrayal is then when you have an agreement and you go away from it, right? Then you betray an agreement. On the other hand, it's definitely not the way to go, that you say your allies, you fight with Dragon Zone, go there and then have that. So I feel like this is something what should be talked out more in between that you have to sit together on a table, maybe sleep a night over everything, and then sit together on a table. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's not going for one ember or something like that. It's something like more like a respect thing, probably also, when you feel like you have fighted much more, you have put in much more effort. That is what I get from MFD. They saying we have fighted so many more days, we have put in so much more in that KVK, so we deserved the ERS rewards. Yes, it is an ember more than the sentries, but at the end of the day, it's only one ember more. To have also with that betrayal stuff, then later maybe some stuff which backfires to you is also not so good, right? So you have also to keep that in mind. But I think MFD just said, okay, we fight it here so hard, we fight it so rough. And in our perspective, BTX didn't fight much, and they just want the dragon rewards is not okay. And I think the fact what Abda also stated is that, and that has RFF to say. The question is for me. The question
Dark
is
says, Princess, stop playing both sides. Pick one.
why? Why do I have to pick a side here? The question is for me, why did RFF vote BTX? This is for me the real question here. Is it really because they had 2 seasons ago when there was the Echo BTX? I call it Diplowin because it feels that way. Was it that RFF says, okay, we kind of own BTX a dragon and that's why we vote for them? Or did they really vote based on they think BTX was the better team in that dragon? This is for me the thing.
Yeah. Chat GPT says Abda's a destroyer. I'm looking at the screen. I'm thinking destroyers. What is a betrayer? I think Does is right about him.
COD EOS rewards are meh. If this is rock, I would understand the betrayal.
I know end of season rewards are like they're not great. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I would have just been like, whatever. If this is what you guys think was agreed on, then I'm just gonna move on and just not ally with you again. Versus, going and starting this whole war. Because now, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
For me, it would be the interesting part what RFF is saying. Why did RFF vote BTX and which with based on stats, based on they made a vote which was not agreed to vote. I don't know, but it was a vote there, and obviously RFF picked for BTX. So if it's good for WAO, means it's a good betrayal. So cool saying. But I think it is always better to talk it out and then coming into that direction.
Yeah, I agree.
On the other hand, sometimes I think without that betrayals and stuff like that, isn't that sometimes making games fun as well? Sometimes I really
So
think
true.
to go totally wild and do some really crazy stuff is kind of cool as well.
So true. It gives us stuff to yap about.
Yeah, and it kind of, it makes not everything so boring. So they should have just come to an agreement. All parties are at fault. Allies are allies, but an agreement still should have been made. Betrayal was made because allies didn't come to an understanding. I mean, that is kind of the situation that happened. So at the end, it is a betrayal what happened here from the side that MFT switched the sides. You have, but also to say all the other 3 servers from the enemy side also agreed to that. Imagine betraying allies,
Vanyo.
starting to burn Rage Fort. I mean, it's a game. People can do what they like, and when they have their decision together at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I would really know, but yeah, lesson learned for everyone, make your agreements before you go in the KVK. I just know how our leadership does that. They have that talks before the KVK, before really the first zone starts. When you're in the before the first zone war starting, and then you have it clear before any fight start, and people know how the agreement is, and then you go with that. Go to keep things interesting. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you don't have that betrayals and stuff like that, at the beginning, I always thought it is such a bad thing, and it is kind of like, on the other hand, it's kind of like giving us some content, making the game not too boring. We had so many boring KVKs sometimes, where I think, yeah, at least when a betrayal happening, some drama is going up, and people are back in fighting mood.
Yeah, and it gets people active again. I mean, that's kind of the one nice thing too, is that it's almost a little good for the community because it gets people like involved again and saying, "Oh, well, what side are you on?" or "What side are you on?" It makes it more interesting. Or you can be Switzerland like Princess. Princess very rarely takes sides.
Yeah, because I feel like, and I think that is my Doug always says that I can always have an understanding for everyone, and I think always
Yeah.
two sides can have a perspective, and the truth is it is never black or white. It is kind of like in the middle, in the gray zones, where's mostly the truth, and there's no one is ever 100% right. They have just a different view and perspective. Different people, different mentality, different experiences. It is just like it is. That is the situation why arguments come up, and I feel like this is just my perspective in real life as two with persons. You can sometimes just agree to disagree and move on and good.
WT focuses, can we have betrays at a better hour?
Oh, that's cool. I mean, they are here doing a good job here with the Bastion and stuff like this at 3 a.m. for Asian time zone. But it gets interesting because you see here, I mean, WAO here going for that Spire. BTX is now went up here again. This is going crazy, guys. Princess, no wrong. I'm 1000 percentage right. It's just like, I feel like You have just to see different perspective, different opinion, and that is okay. And that's why I always say that I am biased as well. For example, I'm an EIS member. For sure, I have the EIS member perspective. That will always be mine, and that's what I feel is right. But others can maybe feel it in a different way. WT Focus, we had to awake people for it. I can imagine.
Aw.
Uh, what does this mean? ChatGPT saying, "I wish I'm double-eyed." What does double-eyed mean?
I don't know. I think it must be translation from whatever they speak, maybe. But I'm assuming it means like where you're able to see both perspectives. But it's not. I don't know that saying. Burgess won't get up to fight. He's sleepy.
EXP Mobile.
Princess biased.
Yeah, absolutely, Davuk. Do you ever think I'm neutral? I'm a normal person. I do think no one is completely not biased. You never will find a neutral person. That is from the psylo- psychology. What is psychology in English?
Psychology.
Psychology. That's from the psychology aspect. Not even possible that you're 100% neutral. It's not possible. People can try it, but at the end you're always biased. You always have a little bit. You have like some persons more or some alliances more or whatever. It's always like that, and that's okay. We are humans. We don't need to be perfect robots. Okay, so BTX now here going for WAO. How is MFD doing? So we have here on that side, here's RG. They are really moving forward now. They are coming here. And MFD here, is MFD fighting here? But here I see RFF fighting. So here's basically MFD filling the rally. Oh, we have here a bastion as well. Oh, BTX plays the bastion here. Okay. Okay, interesting. But MFD, I didn't saw play Sebastian yet, right? It's PTX and MFD. But I feel like this is a huge fight here. Oh, with rallies going through and everything here. They really don't want to give WAO the spire here. So I can see you twice. Let me solo her, says Burgers won't get up to fight. He's sleepy. I mean, Burgers isn't he European country as well? That means for him it's close to midnight for him as well. But I think I saw him fighting earlier.
A2G destroying BTX tower too.
Probably here in the. I mean, they probably have the build speed ready, right? I would assume. Yeah, that looks like build speed. And when they can reconnect territory, I mean, yeah, they can reconnect all this territory. I mean, right now, BTX cannot care about here. Yeah, this is where. Burgess was up. He could be going to sleep. Who knows? I mean, I think I saw him. I saw him fighting. Yes. Their season is so up. What a misery. I mean, yeah. On the other hand, they have at least fightings, but I think it will be super rough holding that. So BTX and RFF to hold this in a 2 versus 4 is kind of, but I bet it's kind of fun. I do agree. Is it annoying when you kind of thought you get a Dragon EOS and stuff like that? Maybe okay, that is really annoying, but lots of fighting.
At least there's fighting.
I mean, it is not like that it was agreed fighting. That is, I think, the problem.
Oh yeah, true.
So, but guys, we get a little bit more clarity. And it is definitely, I mean, I have maybe talked to Shai if he wants to come to the Yapcast. Then I think Kay said earlier that I probably have to ask Shai, so coming to a Yapcast as well. So we could listen to both sides. I do not know if they would go in the same Yapcast.
That would be funny.
It would be funny if we could Abda and Shai together and
Let them fight it out.
let him fight it out. But Abda definitely agreed, I think, to tomorrow. We will keep you updated here. We just wanted to give you the infos we got. We have here some more good fightings going on. Richard is saying, would be funny if MFD gets betrayed by its new allies. Oh, you mean
Triple or
Dragon?
double betrayal.
Oh, that would be also an interesting question. What is the Dragon Rewards agreement between the new allies? I hope they
I
made
hope
one.
they wrote it down.
I hope they made one.
Oh my gosh. I wonder if they did. I mean, because all this happened so fast.
Let's be real, BTX still butthurt that MFD beat them last season. That's why this is happening. Question for me would also, why does BTX, I mean, from MFD, we have a little bit why Apta thinks MFD deserves the EOS Dragon rewards. Question is, what was for BTX the reason why they thought they deserve it by themselves? Would also be an interesting question. It's annoying for allies to try to cheat their ally too, so they bought it on themselves. Betrayal is betrayal. MFD doesn't want random wheel, don't want 1 versus 1. BTX battle, they let RFF choose the last person to get EOS and disagree. Every kingdom in this ally deserves EOS.
I wish you could give EOS to allies. I mean, I wish everyone could get their rewards. I do wish that because everyone contributes in different ways with your allies.
I agree. They should just make that you can make. I mean, in future, when we maybe can make that warbands together with different servers as well from different starting regions, I hope they kind of implement. It would be so much better. Then the whole team who fight it together gets the same rewards, and you can just. But that also makes then maybe a little bit the Diplo wins a little bit more. You know, when they all get it together, then you have a lot of Diplo wins.
True.
When it's so easy.
True.
So, I don't know.
And less drama, and that's sad.
And saying BTX deserves nothing, they gotta earn it. Rick saying, yeah, this is dumb. Everyone in the warband should get it 100%. Yeah, I mean, you could avoid situations like this, you know, everyone. And it's not like that they are such big rewards. It's not like this. It is kind of like, it's mini rewards. I mean, the Ember, we all know, we all need for that pet skills and stuff like that. But it's not that you get 10 embers or something. You get 2 of them before the dragon. That is not so much. So give it at least to all the servers who contributed. Why did BTX not put up a fight against Echo and think they can just cheat MFD for rewards? Echo is in our KVK, or do you mean the last KVK? It's not the rewards, it's the principle. I mean, that is what and that is the reason
it's
why
always the principle.
Why MFD made that decision. That is how I got it. It's a principle thing, you know. So this is to be continued how that Dragon Zone goes. Do we have anything else to yap? We could probably also share the whole other betrayal meta of BR, but it's getting a little bit late.
Yeah, we should probably save that.
Yeah,
we can see how that plays out a little more.
Yeah, exactly. We can make a betrayal check at the weekend. How did the betrayals go?
How are all the betrayals going?
Guys, if you want to support us, drop a like on the stream. That supports us a little bit here. That is the newest news we get. It will be continued here. Definitely BTX here trying holding back WAO, but it will be rough in a 2 versus 4. I mean, when A to G makes their way in, then ROG here is coming closer. That is tricky. I mean, they are trying now that the priority, and I think they chose the right decision for them from RFF and BTX, kind of trying to weaken MFD here around the dragon. And here's the other bastion. So this is kind of what will just happen, that they maybe weaken them here a little bit, but it will be rough. A 2 versus 4 is rough. And yeah, we will definitely inform you when the next Yapcast with our special guest is out. It's not about the rewards, it's about sending a message. MFD 2025. Absolutely. that is how I got it as well. So it is a statement here. We get more infos. We get more background infos, definitely. When Abda is joining the Yapcast, he will answer all the questions. You guys can come in chat. You can ask him questions in the chat here directly. That is probably the best. Today he's busy war leading that situation right now, that I can totally understand. But we are happy when we get him maybe tomorrow or so on Yapcast. And saying BR's simp war against TFS. I mean, how is it going there? I have probably to check in Gunstream and watch that a little bit, see what there is going on. But I think they had a very boring KVK as well, and now they have some action going on as well. So for us here, we are still on our way, trying here, going over. You can also see we placed Bastion over here to get here some more territory and to make it in the Echo territory. And I think at some point today, Echo was fighting a long time defending 25, and NTS was also coming a little bit here to help. But at some point, I think just all bastions of Echo burned, because I mean, it is rough to hold when you get from different sides. You get pushed over here, but I mean, with the allies, Rage was long marching, V was long marching, helping WB, 25 was long marching, NTS. So it is all a little bit, I think, here this KVK, why we did such a great job, and you have still to see in our KVK, Zone 2, Echo won the Hydra here, and we have NTS, who took, in the meantime, I think the whole Zone 2 back, won the Hydra here. So if you go in a 1 versus 1, you would have say NTS was stronger than Rage here, and Echo was stronger than WB here because they had the Hydra. Even if it was in both cases still that no one could push out the other one. But I feel like we just did the better teamwork here with the allies in the final zone. Or how do you see that, Wahed? What was the receipt?
I agree. I mean, it was such a fun KVK, and I think that the ability for us to rely on allies to, help us with different plans and everything as the fights went on was huge. I mean, of course, people aren't available 24/7, but I mean, when we had to do some certain plays and our allies were there, they 100% stepped up. And not just stepped up, but stepped up like, yeah, let's do this, like it was awesome. Lady K says you guys had a dream season. Looked like so much fun. It was.
It was, I think, my best Dragon Zone ever. Unfortunately, I got sick. But beside that, Merck saying was a fun KVK. And Chi Merck, to you for being a sportsman. Absolutely. It was. I mean, Merck's tank, Merck was anywhere at the front line. I think it was either here, Merck was here, or he was here at the choke. His tanks was annoying.
Oh yeah, he was constantly out.
I have definitely to say, I mean, the problem a little bit, I mean, I can say that also. I mean, 25 IW, they had big mouses. They had big mouses in front of, because they won the statue. And I mean, everyone knows how you can get statue points. Who has the more members that adds up, it's much easier getting a statue. And they had just, I do not blame them. And I mean, it's their first time in such a big KVK. And I feel like they have a great activity and that alliance has great potential. But if you play against 25 or against Echo or NTS, it's something else. It is from my perspective much easier play against 25 IW. But this is not a criticism. They are the first time in the biggest KVK. The only part what maybe made them look a little bit like where you put a little question mark is like when you have that big mouses at the begin and you have earned nothing yet in big KVKs, then you should maybe be a little bit careful about
Yes,
how do you think about that, Wyatt?
I agree because and you see that a lot of times where people just get like so excited over one win and then by the end of the season they just look ridiculous because of like how much trash talk they were doing.
Yes. And I feel like this is the point what kind of ruined it for them. If they would have not been like this, they kind of acted like they are the top alliance in the game, right? And Yohai and Co. And it's not. I feel like this is, and then it just backfires, you know. And then you get on open field, you just get melted, you know. That it's just like, yeah, that is, then just kind of makes you look not the best way. But they have their lessons learned also, and maybe I think they learned a lot. And I feel they also improved. So at the beginning, when we put the blink tanks on them, oh my God, they fall for that 20 times the same time. And I feel like now they adapted it more with the blink tanks by themselves and also are a little bit more alert. At the beginning, they went into every trap with the blink tanks. Very, very bad.
Oh yeah.
But this is everyone learns that. I mean, my learning season was against, I will never forget that, against Nora, the top team in the game. Oh my God, you learn so much about this team. So, yes. I ain't go, no tanks left, Merc saying. Uh, yeah, he was here where our bastion is a little bit lower. Yeah, I remember that putting tanks out over and over again. BTX will have now earned their dragon rewards rather than just cheat MFD. The way I see for a 21 billion alliance to push 30 billion on a statue is a win. They are, I mean, let's look at the stat. Why is everyone saying they are only 21 billion power? How is that coming
I don't
from?
know. But everyone's been saying that.
I have them here on 22.5 billion or something like that. But you have to see, so it is not like that we had in a statue a 1 versus 1 EIS versus 25 IW. If it would be like that, I would give it to them with the occupation points and stuff like this. But we had also Echo there. And Echo is definitely not a 21 billion alliance. So it is just over time easier when it's not going much about occupation points. That at that point, and you have to see our allies both at that point had still rough fights in zone 2 with the Hydra and everything. So and I'm not saying they didn't do a great job at statue. They did a great job. 25 IW showed a super activity every statue. But the way you trash talk when you never faced on open field, that is kind of like I would not do before I have improved myself.
Yeah, totally agree.
Nora taught me how to properly take a nap. Farm in Bastion spot and main next to Heisenberg. Yeah, Heisenberg was the front city. And I saw also my friend Genesis, he renamed into H dot warrior. I'm not saying this word. For them, a low spend alliance to fight a full Wales push is something to be proud. I totally agree, WT Focus. It is just like when you trash talk before and you say we can easy beat you, your trash team, and then you just kind of on open field kind of get smashed. Then this is the only part on it. It is not about their activity. It's not about their showing up and their effort or anything. It's about the too big talking before proving anything. Lady K saying 25 has a killer activity but toxic. I mean, they got very quiet in the final zone.
Yeah, they did.
That stopped quickly. But I do agree, EIS is definitely a stronger team than 25 IW. So from allies wise, but when you look at the zone 2s where NTS was a little bit in favor and Echo in favor, so it kind of normally then kind of balanced that a little bit. But I would say we were definitely the stronger part here, and definitely the best our coordination was just better. I feel like the coordination on the allies on the other side from, oh yeah, Heisenberg is still here. I think Echo, NTS, and 25 IW was not as well coordinated as we were, just from my
Yeah,
perspective.
I agree.
Good, humble them. Yeah, yes, on top.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah, strong. Yeah, yeah. I can say you guys, and I so many people DM me about applications, but we have slots we can take. We can take new players, but it will be crazy. We have so much more applications than we can take because our team here is we have really a good time. Our community, it was really this KVK was it was super with the new players. Everything worked out well. Good war comms, good work with ally. But that was really a perfect KVK. Dragon Zone fights reminds me of the Russian strong crew from back in the days. When you Lady
Aw,
K.
Vanya, Lady K on top.
Simping. Okay, guys, that's it. We come back when we have our special guest with the next Yapcast. Thank you for joining. If you want to support us, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the live stream. Oh, Princess on top, that's cute.
Aw.
Primrose, do appreciate it. I wish you all a great day. See you soon again. The captain, fight. I will. That is where I'm going now. Echo is waking up, so let's get some merits, guys. Have a nice day. See you soon again. Bye bye. Happy gaming and much love. Your Yappers, Princess and Wahrheit.